Hi, we're showing a prototype of a Kindle eBook reader. That one of the problems for the Kindle, of course, it's not accessible. And what it is an eBook reader that's used by people to access all the Amazon products. There are approximately 600,000 books that are available for the Kindle device. The Kindle, of course, not being accessible, we were trying to work on making it available for people with disabilities to read. And so we talked to Amazon about being able to get electronic access to the device, but it wasn't possible at the time for a variety of reasons. And so we said, well, all right, we'll approach it another way. We'll make a device that will mechanically push the buttons. So this is the next button. As you can see, when I push the next button, it turns the page. This is the previous button to go back to the previous page. There are additional buttons around for entering notes about any notes, margin notes in essence, for a document you wanted to make. There's also a web browser in the Kindle, so you can go out and look for books that are available on the Amazon site. And I mentioned they have like 600,000 to 700,000 books. About half of those, or a third of those, are available as ebooks. There's additional features here for going to select the book you want. You can hold about 1,500 books on the Kindle. And then also selecting whether the wireless is turned off and on for accessing those books via the web. The way it works is you would launch a little browser on the device, go out to the Amazon web store, search for the device you want using the keyboard, and then once you found it, you have an account already established with Amazon. You would then purchase the book, and it would be downloaded in approximately a minute using the cell phone wireless connection that is included with the Kindle. When you buy the Kindle, it comes with that at no additional charge. So that gets the book on the device. Then the issue is, well, how does the person access it to read it? Well, what we did is we decided the two most essential buttons they needed to use were the previous and next buttons. So we built a mechanical device that would allow you to access those buttons by pushing a couple of adaptive switches or using, say, a sip and puff switch that would then turn the pages. Now, you do have to have an assistant set up the book, get it loaded up on the device to use. But then once it was loaded, it would be more like the model of a standard mechanical page turner. You hit one accessible button to turn to the next page, you hit another button to turn to the previous page, or sip or puff on it too. So it's really rather straightforward, and you can think of it exactly as a mechanical page turner that's more reliable and much less expensive. Kindle itself sells for $259 today. The prices are fluctuating quite a bit because there's lots of competition in the marketplace. There are others that are doing this. Barnes & Noble just announced a new ebook reader. Sony has one, and there's some other people as well that are working on this. So this is moving rapidly, and so we put together this little mechanical product to make it accessible today. And I say today, shortly. It's a prototype we're showing here today. We'll have one within a few months. It's available to ship. And there are actually two versions. There's the Kindle version, and then there's the larger version, which is called the DX. And it actually might be more appropriate for people with disabilities because it has a larger screen, and you can make the font bigger, and it's a little easier to access. And so we're making a device to access both of them. So I'll show you in a moment how it works. I'll plug it into to our little device in just a moment. So this is actually the prototype of the version. It has an electronic box, and it has some relay or some solenoids that actually drive these little paddles that will actually push on the next and previous buttons on the device. And so this just fits in. And this being a prototype, it doesn't have all the features that'll be on the shipping one. There'll be a clamp to hold it in place, and it also has a tripod mount with a bracket that you can attach it to a tabletop or to a wheelchair to make it secure. And so once you have the device in and turned on and your book selected, you hit one button and it pushes the page. I don't know if you noticed that it changed to the next page. For the next one, it goes to the previous page. You can go to the next page or previous pages and read the entire book by just being able to push two buttons. That's the previous page button, and then here's the next page button, and you can see that it mechanically pushes the button on the device when you hit the accessible switch. It's a very simple and very reliable way to access the Kindle for reading.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.